Did you know that once, in the heart of Rome, a dead pope was placed on trial? Yeah, a lifeless body, dressed in papal robes, seated on a throne before the living. This wasn't legend, it was real, and history remembers it as the Cadaver Synod. The year was 897 AD. Rome was drowning in chaos, torn apart by rival factions and power-hungry men. Among them stood Pope Stephen VI, a man obsessed with his enemy, Pope Formosus. But there was one problem. Formosus had been dead for 9 months. Still, Stephen ordered the impossible. He had the corpse dug up, dressed again in the sacred robes of the papacy, the crown placed upon his skull, and seated on a throne, inside St. John Lateran Basilica, under the cold glow of candlelight, before bishops, priests, and horrified onlookers. The Cadaver Synod began. A deacon was forced to speak for the corpse, while Pope Stephen shouted accusations, perjury, greed, and corruption. The lifeless body sat still, its skin pale and stiff, while the living demanded justice from the dead. The verdict was already written. Guilty. All acts of Pope Formosus were declared void. His holy vestments were torn away, his blessing fingers cut off, and his body thrown into the river Tiber. But fate has a strange sense of justice. Soon after, the people of Rome rebelled. Pope Stephen was imprisoned and strangled to death in his cell. The Cadaver Synod remains one of the darkest stories in all of church history, a trial where the dead were forced to speak and the living lost their souls. Follow for more dark and forgotten stories from history's shadowed past.